When life gets hard, what do you do? Say life gives you some lemons. What choices do you have? Do you make some lemonade, or do you find a bottle of tequila? How bad do you want it? Whatever it is for you. Welcome to Goose Pond Hideout with Rob. The thing is, the truth is, life's not supposed to be easy. Life is always going to be full of challenges that makes it difficult for you to want to go for your goals. This is going to be a really great video, a video like you have never ever seen before. Have you heard that somewhere before? But it really is true. I really wanted to make this talk to you, chit chat with you today about this, because so many bad things are happening in the world right now, and that got me again to thinking about how easy it is to just give up in life. And the people, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, some people are really hurting. They've lost loved ones. They've completely lost their homes, everything that they own, all their memory possessions and that. And it would be really easy to just give up instead of continuing, working for your goals of the things that you want to work for in life. You develop the false belief that you can't reach your goals. You become a victim by your own design. Don't let that happen. And the problem with that is when you give up on things, when you give up, even just a few times, you program your brain that you're never ever going to be able to get what you want. I guess they call it something like learned helplessness. But when you start thinking about doing something and you just say, oh heck, I'm not going to do that, or you do that a few times, you program your brain to you become a person that just gives up on life. And that's the last thing that I want for you. I want you to live your life to the fullest, whatever that choice is. And again, hardship happens to everybody. Life is not supposed to be easy, no matter how much we want it to be easy. And I've had plenty of hardships in my life. I mean, probably a lot of people would wonder why I haven't given up. And I've been able to continue on with choices. And things like when I was a child, my father passed away, so I was a young child when I lost my dad. And when I was a young parent, I lost a daughter, and that's something that no person should ever have to deal with. And to be honest, after that happened, I certainly made my share of poor choices for a while, until I got myself back on track. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a big event like, a real life-changing type of event. It can be smaller things. 2 or 3 years ago, our peach trees, they're right over here. They were just loaded with peaches in the spring. And we thought, boy, we're going to have just this bumper crop of peaches. And then we got a late, really hard frost. It was late, and the peaches were about the size of almonds, and we lost all the peaches. So it's like, well, great. Here we planted our peach trees, we're taking care of them, and we lost every single peach, not a one that year. And just a couple of days ago, last week, on Tuesday, about noontime, our internet went out. And I thought, well, it's just, that happens sometimes. It's beautiful weather, nice, sunny day, no wind or anything. But I thought, well, they've got an outage or something. Maybe a server, a piece of their equipment failed. About an hour and a half went by and it was still down. So I, get out the phone, call him up. And on the technician service rep guy on the phone for about 30 minutes. And he's like, well, something's wrong with your equipment. So we're going to have to, send somebody out. And I'm like, oh, great. He can't come out till Thursday. And he was supposed to be here at 11. And then he called and said he'd be here at 2. And he got here at like 5:30. And I'm like, oh, the heck with it. I'll just give up the internet. I'll call and cancel the service. So you're getting a little bit of a behind the scenes piece of how I think sometimes. Oh, just forget that darn internet. I don't really need that anyway. It's faster at Walmart than it is here at our house, and it's free over there. So that's the thing is, it could be a big life devastating event, or it could be really a tiny silly event like your modem. And that's what happened is the modem router went out, and he just had to replace that inside the house there, and then we were all good to go. Or losing your peaches because of a late frost, or bugs or whatever. On the homestead, dealing with predators is a difficult, massive, huge problem, and it's super frustrating. So that's the kind of thing that I want you to not give up, because when you give up on something, even just a few times, you get that, you reprogram your brain for that helplessness, that it's just never ever going to work out. And you just, so you keep plugging away at your goals and just take, baby steps and continue on toward it. Our sailboat was damaged by Hurricane Katrina just a few short weeks after we moved aboard. We were just barely getting started on our cruising life. And I mean, our boat looked like Swiss cheese. It could have destroyed our dreams and plans of cruising and sailing. But we didn't let it, and we lived on our boat, our sailboat, for over 9 years. I don't want you to get that learned helplessness, because again, life is always full of challenges. Life isn't supposed to be easy. Life is, you making the choices to continue on. And especially as you get older, it's easy to settle and get comfortable and stay in your comfort zone and not want to push the boundary at all. And that's just no way to live life. And I want you to live life to the fullest, because life is short. Life is, again, it's short. And I want you to be finding your freedom to do what makes you happy. And you've got to push your boundaries. You've got to continue on going through challenges. And whether, again, it's a big event like a flood or a hurricane or a tornado, or a death in the family, or it's a little event like your garden getting overrun with bugs, or a late season frost, hard freeze, lack of rain, internet going down, getting a flat tire on your car, and those kinds of events. It's easy to just want to give up. And so I want you to don't get that learned helplessness. Keep plugging away at your challenges, because even when you give up just a couple of times, that's going to brainwash you and get you thinking about that. So get up, get going, make some goals for yourself. They can just be little goals. When something difficult happens, plow right through it and get to the other side, so that you can pat yourself on the back, make a little list so you can check your things off. That's always a good thing to do. And the sun's getting bright there. It's coming up over the trees. Well, this is kind of a short video, but I really wanted to get this out for you. So always remember, it's about life is short, finding your freedom. Freedom!